Hello, my name is Olga Fernandez Monteiro, and this time I'm going to talk about my short story. That the name is A Very Short Story. A Very Short Story is a short tale that presents a fast, intense, and sad love story set during the World War I. The main character is an American soldier who is in the hospital because he was injured in the war. While he is there, he meets a nurse named Luz who takes care of him and spends a lot of time with him. After spending many moments together, they start to fall in love. The atmosphere, the atmosphere in the hospital is tense and difficult because the war is still happening. Many soldiers are hurt and the suffering never stops. However, for them, being together becomes a safe place in the middle of chaos. Luz is sweet and professional, but also caring. The soldier feels vulnerable and grateful to be alive, and he starts to see in her as someone very special. Their relationship grows stronger over time, and they spend many nights talking, kissing, and sharing feelings. When the soldier finally recovers, he becomes closer to Luz, and both believe that their love is real and will last forever, even though the war is still going on. They make plans for the future. They talk about getting married and building a life together when everything is over. But there is a big problem. After recovering, the soldier must return to the United States, while Luz has to stay working in Europe. Still, they promise to stay in touch those letters. Both are sure the distance will not separate them. At first, they write loving letters full of promises. Luz tells him she miss him and that she still loves him, and he answers with the same passions. But as time passes, this begins to change. Luz's letters become shorter and less emotional. She sounds distant, like she is losing interest. Finally, Luz writes an important letter. In that letter, she says she doesn't know want to marry him anymore. She explains that she meets another man, an Italian officer. She has been since and now she thinks she is in love with him. She says his new man has a better future and more stability. Luz asks the sergeant to forgive, and her says she will always remember him kindly, but their relationship is over. The soldier receives the letter with the great pain. He feels that everything they promised meant nothing. He believed in that love made plans for the future and trusted Luz, but now he feels betrayed and alone. After some time, he tried to move on with his life in the United States and start a new relationship with another woman. But that relationship also ends badly. The new woman uses him, cheats on him, and leave with quickly. In the end, the main character is left alone without love, without relationship, and her emotionality. The story shows how fragile love can be, how promise made in difficult times can easily break, and how hope can turn into disappointment. It is also shows that the experiences of war affects not only the body, but also the heart and personal relationship. What is the name of the story? Who is the author? The name of the story is A Very Short Story, and the author is Ernest Hemingway. What is the main idea? theme of the story? Well, the main idea of the story is fragility love, especially during difficult times like war. It shows how promise can break, how distance can destroy relationships, and how hope can turn into disappointment. What is the setting? Where and when the story happens? The story happens during the World War I at a hospital in Italy where the soldier is recovering. Later, it's continued those later between Europe and the United States. Who are the main character? Who are the secondary character? Mention the characteristics. Well, the main character is the American soldier. He is young, hopeful, romantic, vulnerable, truly believes in love. Luz, the nurse, she is caring, sweet, professional, but later becomes distant and unsure about her feelings. The secondary character, the Italian officer, is the new girl in the United States. What is the plot of the story? Explain beginning, next, and the end beginning. Well, the beginnings. The American soldier is an Italian hospital after being injured in the war. He meets Luz, the nurse, who takes care of him. They spend a lot of time together and then they fall in love. Next, they plan to get married after the war, but the soldier returned to the United States while Luz stays in Europe. They write letters, but with time, Luz becomes distant. She later writes a letter ending the relationship because she meets an Italian officer. And the soldier is the soldier is heartbroken. He tries to move on and start a new relationship in the United States, but also ends badly. The story finishes with him feeling alone and disappointed. What is the tone of the story? Well, the tone of the story is tragic and sad. There is also a feeling disillusionment because things that seem beautiful and hopeful and painfully. What is the message of the story? Do you learn anything? Well, the message that is love is fragile, especially during stressful situations like war. The story teaches that distance can change people, and promise made in difficult moments may not last, as emotional pains can stay even after the physical wounds have healed. It also shows that life continues even when the things ends badly. What is your opinion of the story? Do you enjoy it? What aspect do you like? And what does the little mean? Well, I think the story is powerful because it shows real emotions and the pain of losing love. It's very interesting. I learned a lot of, and honestly, it's similar like the life for real that happenings, and I feel with a lot of emotions with this story because honestly it's beautiful. Doesn't matter ends, but I like it. Did you enjoy it? Yes, of course. Even though it is sad, it is interesting. Well, because it shows how people change and how love can fail because of distance and times. What aspects give me pleasure? I like the emotional intensity, the realism, the simple but strong writing styles. I also like how Hemingway used very few words to express deep feelings. It's amazing. What's like does the little draw of the story? The later, a very short story, reflects two things. Number one, the story is short and length. Second, two, the love relationship is also very short, even though it feels intense and important. Thank you.